Hey guys, how are we doing? It's Martin Cliffe here and welcome to another video. It must be Thursday, and in fact it is. It's Thursday the 14th of January as I'm filming this. Today's video has just gone live. I hope you enjoyed that one. And tomorrow is my 43rd birthday. Now, if 42 is the answer to the question of life, the universe and everything, I want my money back because, let's be honest, the last 12 months have not been the best. But moving on and moving forward, this is a very interesting time for us for a number of reasons. One is because hopefully within the next few days we will know which part of the world we are moving to next. So yeah, time will tell exactly what happens, and that you may have already seen an announcement video by the time this comes out. That's probably going to come out on my Sunday morning slot. At least Hong Kong time, which I think is Saturday evening for a lot of people. But yeah, the exciting times, as well as it being my birthday, which is always good. Yeah, so as part of this year, kind of new year, new kind of drive, I'm working towards streamlining my setup temporarily for the point that basically, what I've realized is that the times that I've been my most creative are not the times when I've had the most gear to hand. So when I wrote The Thinking Tree back in 2014, I think, 2015, I recorded everything on Blue. It was basically the only guitar I had. I had a couple of cheaper Ibanez guitars. I think Snowy was around, but 99% of what I recorded was recorded on Blue. So that was kind of realizing that has been a bit of a kind of eye-opener in a sense for me. So what I've decided I'm going to do, at least for a little bit of time, as I get used to the fact that yes, we are going to be packing up and thinking about exactly what happens in the next move and the next stage and all that, is trying to come up with a more streamlined setup. So not the ridiculous 2 or 3 technically pedalboard rig that you'll have seen on my Instagram a few days ago, but definitely stripping back to 1 board, 1 amp. And for the moment, although you can see the guitars behind me, but concentrating, not solely, but concentrating on 1 guitar in 1 tuning. So I'm playing Mango, which is in drop C. I've been listening to a lot of Evergrey recently, which is why kind of my thoughts about that tuning have kind of come around. Now, if you don't know what drop C is, it is a tuning where the entire guitar is tuned down a step to D, which I've done plenty over the years. And then you take the low string and drop it down another tone, another 2 frets to C. So we've got C, or slightly sharp C in that case, G, C, F, A, and D. Now, I'm not used to drop tunings at all, or alternate tunings of any kind, really. I've played a little bit of open E when I've been playing slide or whatever, but so I'm setting myself a challenge because I think maybe partly due to the sort of interesting journey my mental health has taken over the last couple of weeks in particular, but I think I've been leaning more towards a kind of heavier, more melancholy kind of sound. And this I think helps towards that, but also just the challenge of learning something that's a little bit new, a little bit left of centre for me, not massively out there, but just a little bit different. And I've always loved listening to what other people play in drop C and drop D and all these tunings. I've just never sat down and got the hang of it properly, so I'm going to spend a lot of time focusing on that. And as part of that, as I say, I've stripped down to the 1 pedal board, 1 amp at the moment. I'm just using 1 Blackstar Artisan 10, and I've even removed a pedal from this pedal board. So basically, I've got 1 overdrive, 1 distortion, a compressor, a boost, a couple of fun weird pedals, my 3-leaf audio, Octavra and Proton, so an envelope filter and an octave. Then my Strymon Flint. So essentially my drive sound that you heard at the start, I took off my Shiba Drive Reloaded because I just prefer the sound of my Mad Professor Royal Blue, and I don't need the two options because particularly this guitar is so versatile with its pickup selection. The one overdrive was fine for the low gain stuff, and then I've just gone with my Mad Professor Stone Grey distortion for the heavier stuff, which again cleans up really nicely. So I've set it up so the first 4 patches on my Mastermind PBC 6X are clean, light drive, heavy drive, and then a solo sound. So if I just quickly switch to the first one. So that's just got my Koji comp compressor, and then going through the Deep Blue delay and the Flint. They're both in the effects loop of the amp. And it does break up slightly if I push it hard with the bridge humbucker. But for the most part, it stays pretty clean. So that's sound 1. Sound 2 is my drive tone, my overdrive tone. So that's the Royal Blue overdrive. And the Flint is on at the moment for a bit of reverb. The Flint is not in one of the loops of the PBC6X, but it is controlled via the function switch, so it kind of remembers whether it's on or off. And then for the fun, heavy stuff, this is my crunch sound, which is the Stone Grey distortion from my Professor. No other pedals other than the MXR Smart Gate that's under the board. But it does clean up a bit. And certainly on the lower output pickups. pickup. It's got a nice texture to it, nice kind of sensation to playing that. And then the final sound is my solo sound, which engages the Cocoa Boost Reloaded on top of the Mad Professor Stone Grey Distortion, and also turns on the delay. So, with a little bit of fine tuning, those options will basically provide me all the sounds that I can see I'm going to need anytime soon. And it's just a much more streamlined setup of one guitar, one pedalboard, one amp, two microphones on it at the moment. It's got a Sennheiser E906 and a SM57 on the cab. But other than that, there we go. A little bit of a streamlined rig. Partly because I don't know exactly what my situation will be over the next few months, and partly because I want to stimulate a bit of creativity, and to me that partly means imposing limitations on myself. So that's the plan. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I will speak to you very soon.